welcome to McElroy's Motors, and in today's video on November 7th, 2024, we're going to be packing up Sadie, my 1997 Saturn SL1, for a trip that I've been looking forward to all year. Now, if you guys recall earlier in my video uploading, I actually posted a video about me driving all the way down to Kentucky because I had to. Not because I wanted to, but I had to. The reason why is because I had to serve court and out of state. Thank God it actually went relatively well, so therefore I can actually take this old girl out of state once again. So first thing tomorrow morning, I'll be leaving here in Akron, Ohio, Rubber City, and embarking on a 400-mile drive to Alexandria, Virginia, where I'll be meeting up with the Trabant owners, and we'll be driving the next morning from Alexandria, Virginia into Washington, D.C. to attend the annual Trabant gathering held by the International Spy Museum. Now, before you guys go down into the comments section and say, what kind of unintelligent moron would drive around, especially to our nation's capital, without any license plate on the back of his car? Worry not. I took the Saturn to go get washed a couple days ago, and it kind of messed up the frame that held the paper temporary license plate in place. So what it is, I took it off the metal part of the trunk and just basically taped it to the back window so it won't get messed up again. Now let's get started with packing, and then to start things off, I decided to pack some lubrication. Not because we want to do some erotic things with our Trabant, but because the Trabant and other East German vehicles have two-stroke engines, so they require pre-mixed oil and gasoline just to run. So I figured this will help out the Trabant owners just as much as anything. And I also happened to find this East German license plate at a thrift store in Lodi, Ohio. Quite a nice find, and I plan to give it to a friend of mine. Speaking of license plates, when I took delivery of my Trabant back in 2023, it still had this German license plate on it that's registered in Berlin. My friend of mine wants it back because he forgot to take it off. I'm also going to show off this Trabant quilt that my grandmother had made for me at the show. I think it'll be pretty cool to show to the East German car enthusiasts. And of course, since I'm going out of state, I bring my free souvenir, if you will. What is inside this box, you may ask, is my collection of losing lottery tickets. I have from different states, from DC, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Maryland, New York, and Pennsylvania, as well as West Virginia in here, as well as this one here. This one here is from Germany. A friend of mine gave me that one. Now it's time to do some laundry, so I have some clean clothes to get me to DC tomorrow. Before I do go on any crazy adventures such as this, I like to make sure that the car I'm taking is in good working order. As you can see, it's starting to get dark around here. Daylight savings time is now in effect. But I just spent about 3 hours doing an oil change on the Saturn. And this is how Mother Nature thanks me. Not with a cat, but with all these leaves. However, I think it is fair to say that my battery tester has indeed bit the bullet. So now I'm on my way to AutoZone to have my battery, alternator, and starter tested for good health. And there's a mosquito in here. Fun. Fire up, old girl? No problem. Alright, we should be at AutoZone within the next 10 or so minutes. I'll have them test the battery, alternator, and starter, make sure they're all in good health, which I have zero doubts in my mind as to why they wouldn't be. And then while we're out today, we'll also get gas, so therefore we can pretty much be all set for leaving tomorrow morning. Alright viewers, she got the full clean sweep. We got a good battery, a good alternator, as well as a good starter. So, clean sweep there. Job done. gas station I usually go to looks packed! It looks crazy, I now have a full tank of gas, so I'm pretty much all set, ready to go for tomorrow. But, whew, I'm definitely looking forward to being up for a 7-hour trip because I want to, not because I have to. So now it's time for me to go home and get as much rest as I can because it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Alrighty viewers, it is now just after 3 in the morning. You are joining me in my 1970s style kitchen. And I'll be packing a lunch and then it'll be time to hit the road at last. But before I go anywhere, feel free to have a look at my world famous Hell Michigan t-shirt. I got this while I was with my brother in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We decided to go to Hell Michigan because why the heck not? Anyway, just thought I'd show you too. All set. Pineapple juice, one of my favorites. I remember getting this mug from my grandfather when I came back from Washington, D.C. last year. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it says, Virginia may be for lovers, but Pennsylvania has intercourse. I got this in Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Alright viewers, it is just now 3:48 in the morning. I'm about to hit the road now. Then Sadie warm up real quick. I'm going to stop at a local Sheets to grab myself an energy drink to keep my butt awake during the 7-hour drive to Alexandria, Virginia. I'll see you guys shortly. Alright, just left the gas station. Got the biggest monster I could find. $6 this was. But I am surprised that this 1990s car can actually fit it in its cup holders. But either way, we got a 375-mile trip ahead of us. Let's do it. I do apologize for the quite shaky camera. Ohio's roads are filled to the brim with potholes. Man, I can't wait to get out of Ohio already. And I've only been on the road, what, 2 minutes? Of 60 miles completed, I am now crossing into Pennsylvania. Woohoo! But ever since I left Akron, I've been thinking to myself that I may have forgotten something. And sure enough, I did. I forgot my phone charger. No big deal because I do have a USB charger in the car, so all I really need is the thing that plugs into the wall socket. Not a big deal. But the sooner I get into Virginia, the better. So therefore, when I do stop at our last state crossing, I'll get a phone charger then. So I should be okay. I'm just north of Portersville, Pennsylvania right now, and I found something that might tickle anybody who watches my YouTube channel. I should get this one right here for my friend Martin, but knowing him, who actually daily drives a Bentley, he'll say, but mine's not a convertible. 122 miles in, and the sky is no longer pitch black. I am starting to see just the midst of daylight. Thank heavens. Currently in Cantanning, Pennsylvania. As you can tell by the tone of, you can probably see my breath on the camera. It is pretty chilly this morning. But I have covered 135 miles and I decided to stop here because the fog became way too thick. So I'm gonna wait here for another about 15 or so minutes for it to dissipate before getting back on the road again. Whew! Hyundai Santa Cruz. First pit stop of this road trip, and have a look at this view. Not bad, is it? I am about 20 miles west of Breezewood. Still have another about 150 miles to go on the road. Alrighty, viewers. Sadie has used 6.25 gallons of fuel, averaging almost 37 miles per gallon, driving all the way here from Akron, Ohio. But with 140 miles still to go on the road, I am willing to bet you that she will probably use about a third of a tank of gas, get me out of Pennsylvania into Maryland, and then from Maryland into Virginia. Either way, let's finish this journey. Coming into Breezewood, Pennsylvania right now, and feast your eyes. Oh, this town always puts a smile on my face. Always. This has to be my favorite part of the entire journey to DC. Wait for it. Wait for it. There you go. How's that for a view? Absolutely incredible. I made it through Pennsylvania, and now I'm entering Maryland. 2 states down, 2 to go. Well, this road trip is turning into a bit of a clusterfuck, to say the least. Excuse my French. But, needless to say, when I got gas in Bedford, Pennsylvania, I paid $20 worth of gas, and it filled the tank. But the gas station charged me an additional $100 on top of this. Thank the Lord I actually packed a very substantial meal to get me by for the next 2 days. Otherwise, I would be screwed. So, I have just enough money to get me to DC and fill up the tank on the way back to Akron. So, I'll be alright. I feel very confident. But, it's part of the adventure. And I did get off the phone with a bank about 5 minutes ago, and they did tell me that the money that the gas station in Pennsylvania took away from me will be deposited back into my bank account first thing tomorrow morning. So, I'm good. I am fine. Whew! Limit on this highway is 70. I'm doing 70. Is the speed limit really 70? Or is it 90? I definitely feel like I'm getting close to Virginia now because traffic is starting to build up. It is now 1:45 in the afternoon. And traffic is starting to build up. I can only imagine how bad it's going to be once I get to Alexandria. Alright, I am now crossing the Potomac River, which means one thing, and one thing only. I am now leaving Maryland and entering Virginia. Woo! That is such a good feeling. Well done, Sadie. I have covered 342 miles so far, and Sadie is holding up as sweet as can possibly be. I am so grateful for this little car despite her age of 27 years. She has been absolutely fantastic on this trip. Though not as comfortable as the Kia Optima I took last year. That's a given. But, all in all, for a little economy car like this, I can't complain. I'm stuck behind this really slow septic truck. And boy, oh boy, does it stink. Whew! Please, for the love of God, do not spring a leak. Please. Whew, and that'll be quite crappy, to say the least. I just passed a road sign, and now I am 25 miles away from our nation's capital. If you had told me when I first bought Sadie that she'll make it to our nation's capital, I would have not believed you. It just shows that old cars are worth a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. Because in the UK, because of its emissions, this car would have been destined to the scrapyard. passed by not one, but 2 rear-engine school buses. I guess I am in a different state after all. And what the heck are you doing, Camry? Come on, we're on the freeway, not the freaking side streets. Come on, move, move. Oh, this traffic. How much I missed it. Not. It is pretty wild to think that this little car got me all the way through Maryland using only 1/4 of a tank. This car is just amazing. I have now been on the road for almost 9.5, almost 9 3/4 hours, and I made it all this way without once seeing another Saturn S series. But go figure, I made it this far, and right behind me is a Tesla. Ah! What in the world happened to this Toyota Camry? Come on, Sadie! Come on, Sadie! 5 miles away! A car that is nearly 30 years old made it all the way here without any air conditioning of any sort. Wow! This is amazing! Sadie made it! Woo! Now time to check in and stretch my legs. Whew. I am going to definitely need a stretch. My 2 friends, Roger and Ingrid, just got here about 10 minutes ago. And apparently, from what they tell me, they had one hell of a commute coming all the way from Northborough, Massachusetts. They set off for here at 11 o'clock yesterday morning. I am so proud of this little car. It is unbelievable. It looks like she made a bit of a friend, one very luxurious and very Italian, a Maserati Quattroporte. Well, 2 more Trabants had finally showed up. For those who watch my YouTube channel will note that this is my old car. And here's Doc's from West Virginia. And we're expecting, I think, 1 or 2 more. One is coming from New York City. We finally made it to the Spy Museum. Everybody's happy here. Inside that U-Haul trailer down there is a Polski Fiat 126P. We got a Lada, 1 of 4 expected to show up. We also got this beautiful DKW, or should I say, DKV. Sure feels good to be at my home away from home. He doesn't want to. Beer Garden for dinner. And then for me, it'll be a 7.5-hour drive back home. Dinner is probably within the next hour, but have a look around me and you'll be in for a treat.